You are the master of your fate. Let's begin. Listen closely, because this is the unspoken crisis of our modern age. Your attention is under attack, not by an army you can see, but by an invisible, relentless enemy that lives in your pocket, on your desk, and even in the very air around you. I spent my life studying the most successful men and women: Carnegie, Ford, Edison. Their common trait: an almost superhuman ability to concentrate, to direct their mental power with laser precision. They built empires, invented new industries, and solved problems that seemed impossible, all because they mastered the art of focused thought. But today, you are being trained for distraction. Every ping, every notification, every flashing ad and endless scroll, every instant message, these are not just minor interruptions. They are surgical strikes on your most valuable asset: your ability to focus, to think deeply, to engage fully with one task at a time. Think about it. How many times do you pick up your phone in an hour, even when you didn't intend to? How often do you find yourself jumping between tasks, feeling busy, but accomplishing little of true significance? How difficult is it becoming to read a book, hold a long conversation, or work on a complex project without your mind wandering, craving the next digital hit? This isn't a weakness of character. This is a deliberate design of the modern world. Platforms and devices are engineered to capture and hold your attention, because your attention is a currency far more valuable than gold. They profit from your distraction, and while they profit, you lose. You lose time, you lose productivity, you lose clarity, and most dangerously, you lose the ability to think the kind of deep, sustained thoughts required for genuine achievement. The cost is immense. Lost productivity. Studies show it takes over 20 minutes to regain focus after a digital interruption. How many of those interruptions do you have in an hour, in a day? Shallow work. You become a master of surface-level tasks, unable to dive deep enough to solve complex problems or generate truly innovative ideas. Mental exhaustion. Constant switching exhausts your brain, leaving you feeling drained even when you haven't produced meaningful work. Stunted growth. Without sustained focus, true learning and skill mastery become almost impossible. You remain stuck, perpetually busy but rarely progressing. The battle for your destiny is won, or lost, in the arena of your attention. If you cannot direct your mind, you cannot direct your life. If you cannot focus, you cannot convert thought into tangible results. But here is the truth that will empower you. This isn't your permanent state. You can reclaim your attention. You can retrain your mind. You can build an internal fortress against the forces of distraction. In the coming sections, I will give you 5 daily habits, powerful, practical steps that will transform your ability to focus, allowing you to reclaim your time, amplify your productivity, and finally direct your mental power toward achieving your definite chief aim. The first habit, the cornerstone upon which all other focus is built, is simple yet profoundly transformative: the no-screen morning rule. Consider this. Your brain, when it first awakens, is like a fresh, empty canvas. It's highly suggestible, highly receptive, and incredibly vulnerable to whatever information you feed it. What do most people do? The very moment their eyes open, or even before they reach for that glowing rectangle, they immerse themselves in urgent emails, instantly triggering stress and a reactive mindset; social media feeds, flooding the brain with comparison, envy, and an endless stream of trivial information; breaking news, often negative, anxiety-inducing, and completely beyond their immediate control. By doing this, you are not just checking notifications. You are consciously or unconsciously programming your mind for distraction and reactivity before your feet even hit the floor. You're telling your brain, hey, let's start the day by reacting to everyone else's agenda and bouncing between random stimuli. This immediately creates a mental environment of scattered attention, making it incredibly difficult to focus on your definite purpose later. The no-screen morning rule is your declaration of independence. It means for the first 30 to 60 minutes after waking, no phone, no tablet, no computer, no TV, period. Why is this so powerful? 1. You control the narrative. You get to decide what enters your mind first. You can fill it with intention, gratitude, planning, or quiet reflection, anything that serves your goals. 2. Reduces cortisol spike. Immediately checking notifications often triggers a stress response, cortisol release, right when your body is trying to transition calmly into wakefulness. A screen-free start allows for a more natural, serene awakening. 3. Boosts creativity and clarity. When your mind isn't immediately cluttered with external noise, it has space to breathe, to think, to generate original ideas. This is where clarity emerges. 4. Primes for proactive action. Instead of reacting to external demands, you use this time to set your internal compass, plan your most important tasks, and mentally prepare for the day on your terms. This isn't about deprivation, it's about protection, protecting your mental peace, protecting your ability to think deeply, protecting your precious attention. How to implement it? Move your alarm. If your phone is your alarm, get a cheap analog alarm clock and place your phone in another room overnight. This breaks the immediate reach and scroll habit. Have a plan. Decide what you will do in that screen-free time. Will you drink a glass of water, meditate for 5-10 minutes, journal your thoughts or gratitude, read a few pages of a nonfiction book, do some light stretching or exercise, simply sit in silence, and plan your top 3 tasks for the day. Start small. If 60 minutes feels impossible, start with 15 or 30 minutes. The goal is consistency, not perfection. Win the first hour and you begin to win the day. Master this habit and you lay the undeniable foundation for mastering your focus. You've won the morning. Your mind is clear, primed for purpose. Now, how do you sustain that focus when the day inevitably tries to pull you in 1,000 different directions? This brings us to the second essential habit, the focused work block, or what I call the Hermit hour. In my observations of the most successful individuals, I noticed a consistent pattern. They didn't just work during the day. They carved out sacred, inviolable periods of uninterrupted deep work. They understood that meaningful creation, complex problem solving, and truly innovative thinking cannot happen in stolen moments between interruptions. True progress isn't made in the margins. It's forged in the crucible of sustained attention. Most people approach their workday in a fragmented manner, checking email every few minutes, responding to every Slack message instantly, jumping from one task to another, never truly sinking their teeth into any of them. Constantly available, constantly interrupted, constantly shallow. This is a recipe for mediocrity. Your brain is a powerful tool, but it's not designed to perform at its peak while constantly context switching. Every time you switch tasks, a residue of the previous task remains, reducing your efficiency and making it harder to engage fully with the new one. The focused work block is a deliberate daily commitment to 1-2 hours of deep, undisturbed concentration on your most important task. It's your hermit hour because, for that period, you become unavailable to the world. Why is this so powerful? 1. Activates deep work. It allows your brain to fully engage with a single problem, moving beyond superficial understanding to generate creative solutions and higher quality output. This is where innovation lives. 2. Builds momentum. Completing a significant chunk of your most important work early in the day creates a powerful sense of accomplishment and propels you forward. 3. Reduces stress. Knowing you have dedicated time for your priority tasks reduces the background anxiety of feeling like you're constantly behind or always reacting. 4. Cultivates discipline. Consistently defending this block trains your mental muscle, making it easier to resist future distractions. You are telling your mind and the world, for this period, this is my sole mission. Nothing else exists. How to implement it? Your Hermit Hour strategy. Schedule it first. Identify the 1-2 most important tasks for your day. Then, block out 20 minutes on your calendar for the very first thing each morning. After your no-screen morning rule, treat it like a non-negotiable appointment with yourself. Eliminate all distractions. Put your phone on airplane mode, or better yet, in another room. Close all unnecessary tabs and applications on your computer. Turn off email and chat notifications. If possible, let colleagues or family know you are unavailable during this specific time, e.g., I'm in deep work for the next hour. Focus on one task. During this block, work only on your most critical, high-impact task. Do not switch. Do not check social media. Do not browse the news. Use a timer, a simple timer like the Pomodoro technique. 25-50-minute focused bursts with short breaks can help reinforce the commitment. This dedicated period of focus isn't a luxury. It's a necessity for anyone serious about achieving their definite chief aim in a world drowning in noise. Master this habit, and you will not only do better work, but you will find a profound sense of control over your time and your destiny. You've mastered the morning. You've carved out your deep work block. But what about the rest of the day? The hours between those focused periods are still a minefield of notifications, alerts, and the constant hum of the digital world. This brings us to the third crucial habit, the digital detox sprint. Most people believe they can toggle their attention on and off. They think they can glance at an email, quickly check a social media notification, and then seamlessly return to deep work. But that's a dangerous delusion. Every digital check-in breaks your concentration, even if you think it doesn't. It fragments your mind, siphons your energy, and keeps you tethered to the external world, rather than anchored in your internal purpose. Your mind needs periods of complete disconnection to process, to rest, and to regenerate its capacity for focus. It's like constantly revving an engine without letting it cool down. Eventually, it burns out. The digital detox sprint is about intentionally creating short, frequent periods of complete digital disconnection throughout your day, outside your dedicated work blocks. These are not long breaks, but strategic pauses to reset your attention. Why is this so powerful? 1. Resets your attention. It breaks the compulsive checking cycle. By consciously stepping away, you give your brain a chance to clear its cache, reducing mental fatigue and allowing for a fresh start. 2. Enhances present moment awareness. When you're not constantly looking at a screen, you become more aware of your physical surroundings, your own thoughts, and the people around you. This groundedness improves mental clarity. 3. Boosts creativity. Many breakthroughs and aha moments don't happen when you're staring at a screen. They happen when you're walking, showering, or simply gazing out a window, moments of mental white space that the digital detox sprint creates. 4. Reduces digital overwhelm. It prevents the buildup of mental clutter and anxiety caused by the relentless stream of information. You are not designed to be constantly on. Your mind requires periods of deliberate off to function at its peak. How to implement it? Your sprint strategy. Mini breaks with purpose. Every 60-90 minutes, step away from all screens for 5-10 minutes. This isn't a break to check another screen. It's a break from screens entirely. Specific non-digital activities. During these sprints, engage in activities that truly rest your mind. Stand up and stretch. Take a short walk outside. Get a glass of water. Look out a window and observe the world. Close your eyes and take 5 deep breaths. Have a brief, in-person conversation. Use a timer. Set a timer for your 5-10 minute sprint and stick to it. This creates a clear boundary. The notification blackout. For these sprints, put your phone on silent or in another room. Do not allow the possibility of being pulled back in. This is not just about avoiding distractions. It's about cultivating periods of mental silence, allowing your mind to recover, to process, and to prepare for the next focused effort. Master this habit, and you will find your capacity for sustained focus, even in a noisy world, dramatically improves. You are actively building your mental resilience, one silent sprint at a time. You've protected your mornings. You've carved out deep work blocks. You've implemented detox sprints. But even with these in place, there's a pervasive enemy of focus that still tempts many: multitasking. This brings us to our fourth essential habit, the single task mastery practice. Modern society often applauds multitasking. We wear it as a badge of honor, believing that juggling multiple tasks simultaneously makes us more productive, more efficient. But I tell you, this is a dangerous illusion, a direct path to fragmented results and mental exhaustion. Multitasking is a myth. What you are actually doing is task switching, rapidly jumping between incomplete duties, paying a heavy cognitive cost with each leap. Your brain is not designed to truly do two high-level, focus-demanding tasks at the exact same moment. When you try to, what happens? Reduced quality. You make more mistakes. The quality of your output suffers because you're never giving 100% of your attention to anything. Increased time. Ironically, it takes longer to complete multiple tasks when you switch between them than if you focused on one at a time. The switching cost is immense. Mental fatigue. Constantly changing gears depletes your mental energy faster, leading to burnout and a diminished capacity for true focus later. Surface-level thinking. You become incapable of deep, complex thought required for true innovation or problem-solving, because your mind is always prepared for the next interruption. The single task mastery practice is the deliberate, disciplined commitment to focusing, 100% of your attention on one single task at a time, from its beginning to its completion, or a designated stopping point before moving to the next. Why is this so powerful? 1. Enhances quality. When your entire mental bandwidth is directed at one thing, your output is superior. You catch errors, find creative solutions, and produce work you can be truly proud of. 2. Accelerates completion. By eliminating switching costs, you finish tasks faster and more efficiently. This creates a powerful sense of accomplishment. 3. Builds flow state. This is where true mastery resides. When you are so immersed in a single task that time seems to disappear, and you perform at your peak. This state is impossible to achieve through multitasking. 4. Strengthens focus muscle. Each time you successfully resist the urge to switch and stay committed to one task, you are actively strengthening your ability to concentrate. The focused mind is a laser beam. The multitasking mind is a scattered flashlight. How to implement it? Your single task strategy. Prioritize ruthlessly. At the start of your day, identify your one most important task for your focused work block. For other tasks, prioritize them in a clear list. Close all other tabs programs. When working on a task, literally close every other browser tab, application, or document that is not immediately relevant. Put away distractions, your phone, notifications, anything else that might pull you away. Remove them from your immediate line of sight and hearing. Commit to completion or timer. Work on that single task until it is done or until a preset timer goes off. For example, 25-50 minutes of pure focus. Only then do you consider the next task. Avoid just checking. Resist the urge to just quickly check an email or a message while in the middle of a task. That's multitasking in disguise. One thing done well builds more power than a dozen things done poorly. Master the single task, and you master your attention and ultimately your output. You've protected your mornings, dedicated time to deep work, taken digital detox sprints, and committed to single-task mastery. These are powerful habits. But true mastery, as I learned from the most successful individuals, isn't just about implementing practices. It's about constant, intelligent improvement. This brings us to our fifth and final daily habit, the review and refine ritual. Many people end their day exhausted, often feeling productive but without clear proof. They crash, only to wake up and repeat the same patterns. They rarely pause to analyze what worked, what didn't, and why. This lack of self-assessment is a fatal flaw in the pursuit of sustained focus. Without reflection, even the best efforts can become stagnant. You must learn from your own experience to truly grow. The review and refine ritual is a short, deliberate period at the end of your workday, or at least at the end of your productive hours, dedicated to assessing your focus performance and identifying specific adjustments for the next day. It's a feedback loop that transforms effort into efficiency. Why is this so powerful? 1. Solidifies learning. It allows your brain to process the day's experiences, turning raw data into valuable lessons about what helps or hinders your focus. 2. Identifies leaks. You pinpoint exactly where your attention was lost, what distractions snuck in, and which habits need strengthening. 3. Boosts next day's performance. By making small, informed adjustments based on objective observation, you start the next day sharper and more prepared to maintain focus. 4. Increases self-awareness. This consistent reflection builds a deeper understanding of your own mental patterns, triggers, and optimal conditions for concentration. 5. Cultivates a growth mindset. It shifts your perspective from simply getting through the day to continually optimizing your most valuable asset, your attention. The disciplined mind doesn't just work hard, it works smart, then gets sharper through deliberate analysis. How to implement it? Your daily refinement strategy. Set aside 5-10 minutes before you fully disengage from work. Dedicate a brief, quiet period. This could be the last thing you do before leaving your workspace. Ask targeted questions. Use a simple journal or a blank piece of paper and quickly answer these. Where was my focus strongest today? What conditions helped? Where did my focus break down? What were the specific distractions or mental blocks? What one small thing will I adjust or prioritize differently tomorrow to improve my focus? For example, tomorrow I will put my phone in a drawer during my Hermit hour, or tomorrow I will immediately close email after my morning check. Plan the next day's focus. Briefly outline your most important tasks for tomorrow, setting the intention for your focus habits, especially your no-screen morning and focused work block. Be honest, not judgmental. This is not a session for self-criticism. It's an objective analysis. Every failure is just data for improvement. This simple ritual closes the loop. It ensures that your effort isn't wasted and that each day's experience becomes a stepping stone to greater mental mastery. Master this daily review, and you will find your focus not only improving, but becoming a consistent, reliable force that propels you towards your most ambitious goals. Distraction is poverty of the mind. Focus is the currency of kings. We've covered the 5 essential habits: the no-screen morning, the focused work block, the digital detox sprint, the single task mastery practice, and the review and refine ritual. Each one, practiced consistently, builds a powerful fortress around your most valuable asset, your attention. Look around you. What do you see? A world drowning in noise. A society constantly seeking the next instant gratification. People overwhelmed, busy, yet somehow never achieving their most meaningful goals. This is not a coincidence. This is the direct result of a lost ability, the ability to focus deeply and persistently on one worthy aim. The titans I studied, the ones who shaped industries and created unimaginable wealth and impact, were not necessarily the smartest, the most talented, or the luckiest. They were, almost without exception, the most focused. They understood that thought is the raw material of destiny. You cannot think powerfully if your mind is scattered. Ideas are worth nothing without action. You cannot act decisively if your attention is constantly fragmented. True wealth is built on consistent, deliberate effort. You cannot sustain that effort if you are perpetually distracted. Distraction is the silent killer of dreams. It's the insidious force that keeps you busy but broke, active but unfulfilled, always moving but never arriving. But you, having watched this video, now possess the blueprint. You have the habits. You have the knowledge. You have the power to fight back against the tide of distraction. This isn't just about productivity hacks. This is about reclaiming your sovereignty. It's about taking back control of your mind, your time, and ultimately your future. Every time you choose a no-screen morning, you declare control. Every time you defend a focused work block, you build your empire. Every time you engage in a digital detox sprint, you renew your mental energy. Every time you commit to single task mastery, you sharpen your effectiveness. Every time you execute a review and refine ritual, you ensure continuous progress. Your definite chief aim, that burning desire, that vision for your life, it demands your full, unwavering attention. The future you envision is not found in the fleeting notifications or the endless scroll. It is built, brick by focused brick, in the quiet, disciplined moments when you choose concentration over chaos. Embrace these habits. Make them non-negotiable. Fight for your focus as if your future depends on it, because I assure you it does. The currency of kings is attention. Start spending yours wisely. Remember, your success begins the moment you decide to act.